preaching hate, it says, I'm not going to let the wolf eat me anymore. If the wolf comes in here, next time he comes in here, I'll do whatever I have to do to keep him off my back. Is the sheep violent or is the wolf the violent one? He wasn't teaching hate, he was teaching common sense. You know, somebody's knocking you over the head, stop them. Do whatever you have to do to stop them. You know, the ones that were knocking him over the head were afraid of the fact that he might swing back. So they said, no, he's teaching hate, he's violent.
My thing is this, I want to wrap with y'all for a minute. We got some things to go over. I might just skip the whole segment with Lovey. Sorry, whoever's showing up for the Prophet Lovey thing, but I got a lot of other things to cover and address. You understand what I'm saying? People coming from my family, talking about family matters, right? But don't know shit about it. You understand what I'm saying? And not only that, what really kills me is that these are all black people. These are all melanated individuals who are seeking to tear down another melanated individual's platform, right? Not because they have the truth, not because they have facts. You understand what I'm saying? They're doing it with complete and total lies, right? And fabricating their own stories, in which I'm going to clarify some of that here today, not all of it, because they don't deserve full clarification. What they deserve is to continue to wallow in their muck and mire, to continue to spread out their rumors and lies. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show them even more so to be discredited, to be incredible individuals. My thing is this, right? I'm going to, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up an email that I sent recently. I recently sent out an email to an individual, David. And David, faking Gates, his flawed ass. David has had an issue with me because of my stance and position on polygyny. Now, at the beginning of this whole conversation with polygyny, I entered into it with a full mindset of saying, hey, regardless, I'm going to talk about my position in polygyny and why I believe it's lawful and why I believe it's biblical. And it's still a brother of mine. So I don't got a problem with him. He at first had that position. Then he went on to insult me, saying, oh, you don't know the scriptures. Okay, I brushed it off, but I shot and fired back. As men, guess what we do? We got to take that shit on the chin, right? Because as two brothers who are talking and conversing over whatever, debating our cause with vigor, as the scriptures tell you to do, you got to do what you need to do. Oh, my bad, y'all. Hold on a second. I forgot my intro, y'all. Did I? No, I didn't. Okay, I'm good. All right, so, but I forgot to give you guys some shout outs here today. So let's go ahead and get that out the way real quick. Sister Rose, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Brother Tony, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. TB, welcome in. My brother or sister, good to see you in. Shalom, shalom, family. Mama Shay, my mother, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Season 2 Journey, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Ralph, Yada Farms, bless you. Welcome in. Good to see you that you're in this thing. You know what I mean? Regardless on you being a piece of shit or not. Nah, you're not. Yeah, I'm just talking shit, bro. I'm just talking shit. You good, man. I know you just got your stance and position. You're part of Straitway. I've seen your video on your channel, man. You only got one video posted, and then you're speaking pretty highly of Dow. I've had a video like that. I can't judge you on that. Bless you, bro. If your experience with Straitway is totally different, then guess what? More power to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't have any problems with you, fam. You might have problems with me, and I'm okay with that. If you got anything you want to say, contrary, if you want to, throw shots, if you want to do some exposure videos on Brother Barak, hey, I welcome you to do it. Go ahead, do what you got to do. Take your best shot. But bless you. I don't got nothing that I need to say to you. You understand what I'm saying? Other than what your comment was, I addressed that already. All right, Brother Nathaniel, welcome in. Bless you and shalom. Brother Odell, welcome in. My brother, bless you and shalom, shalom. Hallelujah. Hey, Hannah Racing, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Bless you, my brother. Shalom, shalom. Brother Weaver, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Yeah, he mentioned me a few times. We're going to go over that. Mr. JK321, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Honorable Pastor Rufus, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Bless you and shalom. All right. Nova Duh. Bless you. Welcome in. Shalom, shalom. Ryan's still mad over the polygyny thing subject. Yeah, he might be still mad. My brother Vic, welcome in, my brother. Man, that brother be out there putting in work. Y'all gotta go check him out. He be putting in work, man. And I appreciate you being consistent in what you're doing, my brother. Hallelujah. Yeah. So yeah, he's probably still mad about that. But like I said, man, the brother came to me and asked me for $30. I sent him 50. And he comes over here. He's talking shit to me. Like, bro, you didn't even incline or try to say that you were gonna pay a nigga back. This is the reason why it's difficult to pour into brothers, like especially brothers like that. You understand what I'm saying? You try to show them love, and what they do, they bite you in your back like dogs with fleas. You understand what I'm saying? This is ridiculous. Not only that, the brother blocked me on Facebook. You understand what I'm saying? And I thought that was pretty odd. You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Weird. So bless you, Mama Clay. Welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. JB Crypto, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. My brother Van, welcome in, brother Van. Good to see you in this thing. Brother Yehuda, welcome in. Good to see you in this thing. Shalom, shalom. Hallelujah. Bless you. Let's go ahead and get into this thing, y'all. Like I said, I sent a certain email out, y'all. I sent an email out to this brother. Let me go ahead and show this email to you guys, so you know. Like, listen, I'm not playing games. I'm here to handle business. I'm here to bring the truth. That's the only thing that I really care about is what we can bring as far as the truth. Now, if that truth is me being wrong and I need to, fix it, then guess what? Then that's the truth as well. As you can see, this is the email that I sent out. Listen, you are formally invited to join me live on the Warsheep Podcast tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central Time to publicly address the lies you've been spreading about both the Warsheep Podcast, Brother Barak, and my mother, Mama Shay. This is your opportunity to clarify your statements and provide any evidence. That's the word, key word, any evidence. Provide any evidence you claim to have. If you choose to decline or ignore this invitation, I will have no choice but to move forward with appropriate action. You understand what I'm saying? With appropriate action, as your false claims are now public and could negatively impact current and future business. Yeah. So current and future business ventures. You have until showtime to respond. The floor is yours. If you have nothing to hide, you need to come on live. So he declined the offer to come on live and address his accusations, right? To address it live. You understand what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I would want him to come on live and address the accusations is because it's easier to pick apart his lies. It's easier to pick apart his videos. If I can ask him publicly, right? Why did you say this? Then what is he going to be able to do when I give him the actual truth? Because he's talking about somebody else's testimony. He's talking about somebody else's life. He's talking about somebody else's experience. And he's not talking about his own, because he doesn't have his own experience. He's too much of a coward to get out and have his own experience, to have his own life experiences. He's too much of a coward. He hides in the house and he does whatever he does throughout the day. He doesn't even come out and tell his own testimony. He's too much of a coward to tell his own testimony live for people to actually learn from him. You understand what I'm saying? And cowardly individuals, nobody remembers their name. Nobody remembers who they truly are. You too busy talking about men who are legendary. That's what you're busy doing. You're too busy talking about men who will be legendary, who will be written, name will be written down. You understand what I'm saying? Who are not cowards, who are able to address things openly and publicly. You understand what I mean? Who didn't duck no smoke, who didn't hide, who didn't run. You're too busy being second class. You understand what I'm saying? You can't even really get out here and truly give people any real essence or substance. You know why? You're too busy on controversy. You're too busy spreading gossip, lies, and rumors. And the reason why this is gossip, lies, and rumors is because there's nothing true about them. You're spreading things that are made up or fabricated. Now, you say that you replay some of my video to try to know, but actually what you do is you cut the video and you try to make it seem like it's something that it's not. Another thing that this dusty ass Negro Trey Moore did, right? He made a recent video that we're going to review as well. cutting in pieces and cropping the video to make it seem like it's something that it's not. Because you Negroes can't tell my story. Guess what? Because you haven't lived my life. You wouldn't be able to walk a day in my shoes. If they would have locked you up for 6 months, y'all would have been butt buddies with somebody in there. You understand what I'm saying? They'd have been having your ass. Because guess what? None of y'all are real men. Both of you are cowards. Y'all wouldn't be able to stand your own. Y'all wouldn't be able to hold your own ground. Y'all wouldn't be able to do the things that I was able to do in that situation and scenario. You wouldn't be able to do it. I can tell. You would have been a pushover. You've been one of those guys that they sent to my pod because you already got your ass whooped and they took all your shit. You understand what I'm saying? They sent all those guys to me. The guys who was done wrong in the last pod, they sent them to me. So I had a bunch of misfits, a bunch of guys who looked like they getting their ass whooped when truly they were protected because I made sure that they were good. I made sure that nobody stole their shit. Nobody touched them because of me, period. And if they wanted to touch them, they had to come get my permission. This is who you're talking to. You understand what I'm saying? And you're damn sure right. They came and got my permission. All talk on the keyboard behind a monitor, but that is as far as they go, like chicken charm. You're absolutely right. But let's go ahead and go into this real quick. Like I said, I might do the Prophet Lovey thing, but I got some more stuff we need to address that's going to be even more important, right? Let's go ahead and get into it real quick because you know what? This is what we're here to listen into. Let me go ahead and grab that video for you guys. We're going to bring it forth. I'm going to start with the dusty ass Negro Trey Moore. I'm going to start with him. The nigga that been hating on me since I came to the Houston Assembly. He been hating. He been mad as hell, depressed and sad and shit. Because honestly, I'm everything that he's not. You understand what I'm saying? Yuckmouth has always had a problem. You know what I mean? He's always had an issue with me. So we're gonna go over a few of his lies that Yuckmouth has to say and whatever he was spewing not too long ago. I want to go over this thing because of the simple fact that it's easy to dispel a lot of this. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and I'm gonna share that up with you guys real quick. We're gonna do it. We're gonna give them. Listen, I don't mind. I don't mind giving you guys the truth, right? And I want to start here because guess what? This guy had nothing to do with the startup of this company, Shalom Harvest, but he feels though he needs to speak on a topic of subject matter. He feels like he knows what he's talking about. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to read what he typed. First of all, he's illiterate ass. That's a lie. The pen, that's a lie. Bro, sit down somewhere, okay? We all know that you was in special ed. We all know that you were riding a goddamn short bus. You understand what I'm saying? Sit down somewhere. That's lie. That's lie. Is that how people normally talk? That's lie. That's lie. The pen what? The pen was what? Let's go ahead and Yuckmouth. Let's hear what Yuckmouth got to say. Get this. The brother needed the pen to be able to raise these chicken ends, right? The pen cost $850. He put up half of that. I completed the rest of it, put up the other half of it. We bought the pen. I purchased the pen and had it delivered directly to his house. I'm not building with these brothers, but I'm not looking to build with no brothers. I'm just looking for a woman. And that's about. So he just recently said, right, as you can hear, or as you can kind of read, because of course, you know, that lie. That's lie. $400. He said it was $400. He didn't have no parts to play in the purchase of the pen, the startup of the company. He doesn't have a business mind or a business mentality. The brother's trash. You understand what I'm saying? The brother's trash. And the only reason why I got to really drag your ass now, right? Because you say, how's a real brother talk to another brother like that? Listen, how you out here talking shit? You out here talking shit, running your mouth, and you expect me not to drag your whole ass? Yeah, I'm gonna drag you, bro. You ain't got the mindset to be a part of the startup of a company, bro. You got no intellect in that. You got no aptitude in business. You understand what I'm saying? So you wouldn't know how much that pen costs. You know why? Because you didn't purchase it. I purchased it with my business account and I shipped it directly to his house. It cost $800. Let me grab the receipts for you on that. I'm gonna go ahead and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull up the pin that was purchased, and I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what it is. Now, my thing is this, right? I can go even further, right? But I'm gonna pull it up on Amazon. I wasn't able to log into my business account, which I should be able to. I'm gonna be able to log into it soon, but it might be up here right now. Let me see if I got recent orders. Let's see if this is my business. Oh, hold on a sec. Let me see. Buy again. I don't know if this is my business account. This probably isn't my business account. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look up the pin itself. Okay. I'm gonna look up the pin itself. And we're gonna go ahead and find the pin that was purchased. Okay, real quick. We're gonna find the pin that was perfect. He said it was only $400, okay, for this pen, because I know for sure as hell it was $800, over $800. So we're gonna go ahead and do that real quick, just so he can understand something, right? That no one's gonna play games. Let me go ahead and share this real quick. All right. So boom, here we go. We're at the pins. Now, what I want to do is I want to sort this, right? I want to sort this out. And I like to just bring my receipts, right? First I'm going to prove to you that the pen is actually can be valued and priced at around $800. So we're going to start there, that it can be priced at that amount, around $800. Okay. So let me go from the highest to the lowest as far as price. Where is my tool? Y'all bear with me for a second, okay? Okay, here. Let me just go do this. Let me do this real quick. Okay, so the pen that was purchased is going to be not this one, not the $1,400 one. This one is $1,300 right here. That wasn't the one that was purchased. This one is $1,500. These are a little bit more expensive. And I wouldn't expect him to know this because he wasn't a part of the purchase of the pen. He had nothing to do with the startup. Now we're more chicken coop, silver, $875 right here. You understand what I'm saying? Well, my business account is a little cheaper. You understand what I mean? Now, this isn't the exact one. I believe the name of it start with a Y. It was like a Yukon or something like that, chicken coop. But this one right here is $800 alone. Now, the one that Justin sent to me, okay, was a one that was worth around $800. It was 800 plus. Now, what he's saying is that lie. That lie. It was only $400. No, that pen was $800. Now, what I need to do is log into my business account where I actually purchased the pen, and then show you the receipt for the pen, which I wasn't able to find it just yet, but I will be able to. Let me see if I can do a quick search. Let me see if I can do a quick search under this email address for an Amazon purchase. Now, this pen was purchased not too long ago. Now, I want to point this out for the simple fact that, when people say, certain things and they don't know anything about what they're talking about, then they are stuck and they're left with having to explain, like, why are you saying things that are lies? You understand what I'm saying? Let me see. Okay, that's not my order. That might have been after. Let's see. I'm around in the ballpark for the purchase of the pen. And that receipt is what's going to put that to bed. No problem, right? Let me see exactly where it's at. Okay. Yoke 2. Okay, so yoke 2. Okay, yoke 2 pen. Now, my thing is this. All right. As once this thing was purchased, it was shipped directly to his house, and he was able to, get prepared to set this thing up, right? And that's just the biggest thing, is that when you're doing things and then you don't understand what's going on, like fully know, if you're not fully aware, if you're not a part of the purchase process, if you're not a part of the startup of the business. He never sat in or took place in any of the meetings that we had when we did any of the consultations. He was literally there just to be labor. He was supposed to be just labor. And I was even protesting against that. You understand what I'm saying? I was even protesting against that, against him being there to be labor, because he was just so goddamn lazy and hard-headed, and you couldn't get through to the brother. You could barely tell him anything. So people like that, I usually talk them up as people who are liabilities when it comes to a business. But Justin was so gun-ho to have him a part of it, just to give him some sense of hope. You understand what I'm saying? That he made him a part of the business plan, a strategy, all that other stuff, right? So he made him a part of it. And, I didn't protest too much because it was Justin's project. It was his. This is his baby, like literally. So I didn't protest against it too much, but I always would remind him that I disagree with the decision. I disagree with the choice. And I believe that the brother just ain't going to be somebody who is worth having, because of the simple fact that he's got more to learn. He's got more to do with his life. He needs to be able to be focused, right? And, one thing's for sure, right, is that this brother is so stuck on personal life. He's so stuck on what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. The only thing he can really try to attack is what? Is my situation with my now ex. These brothers can only attack that situation because this is how they feel. This is just what it is. This is how you feel. You don't know exactly what the ins and outs of that situation is. You don't know what the truth is about it. So I'm gonna allow you to continue on in your BS, right? And when I come through, right, I'm going to find, and I'm going to post in my community, the actual receipt for that pen, because that's what was purchased. The actual receipt is what I'm going to post. But, I haven't had time to actually go and search my emails to find the purchase receipt. But I'm just giving you a great understanding. This is exactly what was purchased. This is exactly the way the design is and everything. It's the same thing, right? These pens are not cheap. They're not $400. So I'm not too sure as to what he meant by that, right? But we're going to allow him to continue. What I want to do is I want to go into more what his rhetoric is real quick. I'm going to go into more what his rhetoric is, as this dusty ass nigga continues to want to try to speak, want to speak on my name. You understand what I'm saying? When he knows for a fact that he is not even half the man I am. Whenever I would talk about business, whenever I would talk about anything where business related, he would get really in his feelings. He'll get really in his feelings. He'll start talking about how he can't accomplish certain things. And I'm like, bro, I'm right here. I can show you. I can teach you. I can guide you through this thing for free. Now, let me point this out, y'all. Let me point this out for you. When it was time when I had the issues with the brethren, because it had nothing to do with a woman, right? It had everything to do with my problems with the Houston brothers, as just a few of them, honestly. But they roped everybody in at some point. But it was just a few of them that I had problems with. When it came to those problems that I had issues with those brothers, I asked him, right, Trey Moore, and I asked Justin to come and be witnesses, key witnesses of my character. He said that he would definitely do it. He said, yes, I'll do it. You heard him in another video where he said, well, how this brother going to ask me to be his character witness? And he's sitting there trying to tell on me, is what he said, right? So why are you agreeing to be a character witness in this whole situation if you felt like that I had poor character to begin with? Can you answer that for me? Why would you agree to be a character witness if I had poor character, if I didn't show up the way that I was supposed to, right? Why would you say, yes, I will be a character witness in your situation if you didn't feel like that my character was solid? Same thing with Brother Justin. He agreed to be a character witness. You understand what I'm saying? But the moment that I decided to leave, because I left this time, you understand what I'm saying? He keeps saying that. Listen, let's go ahead and play this thing because I want to pick apart a few of his lies, and we're going to move on to the next hater in this thing. You understand what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and.
This is Brother Trey Moore coming back with another video. Like I said, I don't want to have to really keep doing this because it's just a waste of time going back.
A waste of time going back and forth. He's saying it's a waste of time. Bro, your whole channel is trash. You barely got any views on that damn thing. You've been doing this for almost 3 years plus, right? Posting songs and trying to come at other people and trying to paint them to be a bad person or whatever you've been doing. You've been coming at Ringo TV. You've been coming at the WWE, right? Trying to make it seem like there's demonic shit going on in WWE, okay? You've been coming at a lot of different individuals, right? And this has been a 3-year spin. Not only that, you've spoken to Justin and Bug about starting a podcast in which that podcast never materialized. You know why? Because you got no drive. You can't be consistent. You got no drive. You smoke too much weed. You get too busy with chronic in order for you to actually pay attention to what was going to make you successful in life. You're too busy trying to figure out the next strand of marijuana, what's going to get you higher in order than what's going to elevate you even higher in a career standpoint. You're too busy trying to smoke up ganja rather than going to a trade school and understanding true trade and understanding true work. You understand what I'm saying? But your podcast never got off the ground. In a minute, I'm going to show them your body of work. Your body of work, Trey Moore. I've been doing this for less than 2 years. I've been doing this less than 2 years, yo. And I've been having a level of success that the Most High can only bless me with. I started off talking about passport bros, in which people really enjoyed the conversation of that. I started off with talking about other things, not things that are related to this, not exposure things, so to speak. But political aspects of things, relationship. I'm well equipped to be able to talk about relationships. You know why? Because I've had many of them. I have many relationships. I understand what you should be looking for. When you go to the Godfather over there, right? When you go to Kevin Samuels was not a married man. He had many failed relationships. Would you say that he would be qualified to tell you more about relationships? I believe that millions of people thought he was. He wasn't married. He didn't have a successful marriage. I was married for 7 years. I can tell you what to look for. Sometimes experience trumps anything else. Sometimes when you have wisdom, wisdom is applied knowledge. And when you share that wisdom, you do the best you can to share it with folks so you can be able to tell them what to avoid. So my thing is this, right? We're going to go ahead and continue on with this. Obviously, he's a failed YouTuber. This is going to be the highlight of his channel. You understand what I'm saying? 28 views in 12 hours is the highlight of his life. I promise you, his whole body of work. Like, he's gotten more views on this right here than he's gotten on a lot of his videos that he's posted. And it's been around for over a year. You understand what I'm saying? So this is his body of work. It's trying to so-called expose me, right? When, like I said, the brother ain't got no business mind. He's not business savvy. He doesn't have intellect. You understand what I'm saying? To where he can be able to start a business, execute the business, and allow that business to make money. He doesn't have that intellect. He doesn't have that aptitude. So when he's not a part of the strategizing and business plans, I'm not surprised that he would have some wrong information. I'm not surprised that he would say the pen was $400 and it truly was around $850. I put up 400 and Justin put up 400. We half and halved it. I'm not surprised that he would be wrong about that. Let's continue though.
Forth with this dude is really too easy because a lot of his words condemn him. Warsheep Podcast. I just want to say all praise to the Most High because again, what's done in the dark is going to come to light. The intent of the heart is going to show. You know what I'm saying? This brother.
Wow. What's done in the dark shall come to light. Everything that I do is in the light. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't mind having to answer to nothing that I've done wrong. I won't answer to it. And guess what I'll do? If I need to address it and apologize, guess what I'll do? I'm not too big to do that. Let's continue.
is a wolf in sheep clothing. I can't even call him a brother for real, but he's a false brethren. You know what I'm saying? He's a wolf in sheep clothing, and he is a clout chaser. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna continue to keep going back and forth with this brother, man. Again, the video evidence speaks for itself. You know, he's a hypocrite.
Okay. He said he's not going to continue to go back and forth. Brother, you got no other choice. You need to. Look at you. You got 43 subscribers, yo. 43 subscribers, 28 views on this one video. That's the highlight of your channel. You understand what I'm saying? You got nothing else but to go back and forth. You got to do something to get your numbers up. You feel me? It's just that simple. And I'm not mad at you, bro, but I just wish you would tell the truth. Come on live and talk about it. You feel me? Like, be a man. Come on live and talk about it. I don't know why none of these cowards will come on live and talk to me every single time an invitation is being sent out. None of them. They all decline. They all, oh, no. Because, bro, I will stump your ass out on this live stream. It's just that simple. And I'll give you the floor to speak. But when I pull receipts, I'm going to stump your ass out, and you know it. You can't articulate well with me. You can't articulate. You can't go toe to toe with my vernacular, with my vocabulary. That lie. You can't come to toe to toe with that. Same thing with you and Faking Gates. Both of y'all can't handle it. You can't handle the heat. You seen what I've done to others. You can't handle the heat. Let's continue. Same thing with Dow's ass, his whole ass. He can't handle the heat either.
He don't follow the words. You know what I'm saying? That he preach. He don't practice what he preach. You know what I'm saying? And he isn't even qualified to give advice. You know what I'm saying? Due to his life experiences. The things that he try to talk about, he's not qualified to even talk about it. Right?
Oh, no, you just don't understand it. When I talk about trust in the state, it explodes your mind. When I talk about a lot of these things, business, whatever it may be, I've done those things. My life experiences is what make me qualified. Let's continue.
And I'm just not gonna go in too much, man. But again, this man, look, by his words, you gonna be condemned. And by his words and his lack of actions, because he don't do a lot of actions because he's sitting behind a computer most of the time, that this brother is not moving for the Most High. Now, regardless if you send my
listen, this is the same brother who is jealous of my lifestyle, me running Toro business or doing business and being able to have freedom of time to be able to make videos or to do YouTube or podcasts, right? At least, twice a week or so, 2-3 times a week. Listen, this is the same brother who's jealous of it, who's envious of it. He's seeing firsthand what I do business wise. And if he doesn't know the details of it, it's because he just doesn't have a business mind. He's not business savvy. Go ask Justin what I do. Go ask Justin how I run and operate business. You understand what I'm saying? I've broken it down for him because they were actually interested in doing what I do. You understand what I mean? And I had to let the brother know that I was like, but I'm not going to get into that. Either way, he knows. He's seen it. He's seen the operation. He's seen how the cash flow is. He's seen what can really take place. But I'm not surprised, right, about this, because this brother right here, this dusty ass brother, this dusty ass Negro, Trey Moore, you understand? Yuck mouth. Listen, and he looked like the brother too. He looked like Jerome. He looked like Jerome ass too. Yuck mouth. You understand what I'm saying? I even went forth to teach the brother. I told him, I said, listen, I can show you how to do this. All them brothers stood there and told him, listen, I can show y'all how to do this. You just need to set it up like that for free. I charge people for information like that. I was willing to do all of that for free. Set them up with cash flow, not even asking for a dime, not even asking for restitution. This is what it's like in our community when we're melanated individuals and we're ignorant as hell. We don't like to learn from each other. We don't like to study from each other, especially if somebody has greater knowledge and a lifestyle that you would want, that you desire, that you envy, right? You don't. This is like a crabs in a bucket mentality. The moment you see somebody who's doing something that you're not capable of, it's the moment you want to try to tear them down, right? You want to try to pull them down because you're not capable. You're not able. You don't know how to start a business from scratch. You don't know how to design and do design, edit work and all this other stuff that I do here at the Warsheep Podcast. You wish you did know. That's the reason why you were so fighting to get on my podcast. You were fighting and chomping at the bits to get on my podcast. Even when I told you that you weren't wanting it. Even when I told you like, yo, bro, I don't really want you on my shit because you know what? You're giving me some hater ass energy. And I don't like to be around you hating ass niggas. And it's just that simple. You understand what I'm saying? You still was showing up, trying to get up on the podcast, trying to say what you need to say on my shit. You understand what I mean? I got plenty of videos where here's your dusty ass on my podcast, trying to get up on there, trying to mooch off of the Warsheep Podcast and be up on there. But you sitting here want to run your mouth now. All of a sudden, now it's a problem. No, I think that when I first started, you saw me at around 600 subscribers, and you know what I mean? I was doing my thing. You feel me? Being consistent, doing the things that you could not accomplish. And my thing is this, right? I was fine with you not being able to do it. I was fine with you being able to be a part of my podcast and allowing you to talk and say whatever you need to say to give you a platform. I'm still allowing you to do that now this day. I'm still allowing you to do it because I want you to come up here and talk to me man to man in front of a live audience. But you know what? All you dusty niggas like faking Gates, and dusty ass yuck mouth Trey Moore, none of y'all can face me. You already know what it is. You come up on here, your ass is through. I don't need to mute your mic. I don't need to stop you from talking. I'll let you get out everything you need to say. Everything. It's funny how I got to come up here and slaughter my own people. I got to sit here and tear y'all apart for y'all lies. I got to talk shit to y'all. Because guess what? When you see a man winning, right? You come into a live stream, you see he holding an audience. You understand what I'm saying? You see that he's grown from 600 subscribers to 3,500. You see that he's coming up and he's doing his thing, right? He's talented at something. Your first mindset is to hate on him, Trey Moore. That's not your first inkling is to hate on him, because I didn't have a problem with you. I even said some nice things about you in my testimony. I said some very nice things to you about you in my testimony and how you grew, because I openly rebuked you, because I was honest with you. I kept it real with you. I told you that you was a dusty ass nigga. That you're a loser. That you had a loser mindset. I told you, and I challenged you to be better. I didn't even like your ass. Honestly, tell you the truth. I didn't like you because of the simple fact that you was a hating ass nigga. And Justin opened my mind up to other aspects and opportunities for you to be patient with you. You should thank him, because I believe he does that with everybody. It's good to have real friends sometimes. And I believe he is a real friend. Y'all might bond over trauma. I don't know what y'all bond with, but it is what it is. I mean, y'all bond is what it is. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? But my thing is this, right? Your brother was looking out for you tough. He made sure that you at least give it a chance. He knew how much you wasn't shit. He knew it. He didn't say it out his own mouth, but he knew you wasn't shit. He been knew that you had your own problems and issues, that you was a dusty ass nigga. You understand? Oh, with an overgrown mustache. He been knew that. But the problem is this, right? You don't gotta be a dusty ass nigga for life. You can change that about yourself. You don't have to be crusty and yuck mouth and all that shit for the rest of your life. You can do better. You understand what I'm saying? And I was willing to give you the tools and the keys to do better. I was more than willing to do it. Your big brother, Barak, was willing to give you the keys to whatever future you're looking to have, right? Just to give you the keys, just to give you some more encouragement and to give you some honesty for your ass. That's it. And so the offense is real. When you take that level of offense, you automatically are a hating ass nigga. And it's like you can't get the hate out your system. You're too busy with the haterade in your veins. You see a young man like me shining. You feel me? Handsome, dapper, shining. Doing what I do best, right? And being consistent in it. And you get mad, you get angry, you get upset. You feel me? You start hating. And you start coming out here thinking you know what you're talking about, but really you start to say all these extra lies, right? And you start running your damn mouth too prematurely. And you want to talk about me and my family, right? Brother, why don't you stop dragging your family around, trying to mooch off of other people's family, running up in their house, trying to eat up their food and shit? Why don't you stop doing that? Why don't you start paying attention to what the hell you're doing when it comes to paying your goddamn light bill on time? When it comes to making sure that your POS, you got to understand, why don't you focus on some of the things that matter within your family? You want to talk about minds. The conditions of your household is what you should focus on. But right now, what you're trying to do is run around and clout chase the Warsheep Podcast. And I ain't mad at you, bro. You got to get it how you live, baby. You got to get it how you live. If somebody has more of a pool than you, then guess what? If you go talk about them, then guess what you're going to do? You're going to go talk about them. We're gonna be through with this because I've already dispelled the whole $400 thing. We already know that this nigga's dusty and he don't have a business mindset. He's a trash ass nigga. Nobody wants him in their community. Nobody wants this brother in their community. You understand what I'm saying? Matter of fact, in Houston, nobody really wanted that because they knew that Justin would not leave this brother behind. And them two, they had no plan. Because the moment that Webb left, everybody didn't know what the fuck to do. They just like, damn, what do we do? When Webb leaves, we have no plan. We have no strategy. What do we do when he leaves and go to Kentucky? What do we do? Nobody understood and knew. In fact, I was the only loyal individual, right? Because when they started to challenge it, like trying to form packs, I challenged their position on that. Like, what do you mean? It was so much division going on in Houston. So much division. And I'm just like, yo, y'all brothers need to, y'all divided. And I got recordings and proof of individuals agreeing with me that there was complete division going on in that assembly. Completely divided. Nobody respected the leadership. Well, there was people who respected the leadership. Let me not say nobody. It was individual brothers who respected the leadership, but Trey Moore, some of the other ones didn't really respect the leadership like that. You understand what I'm saying? They just didn't. They were trying to form their own shit. So my thing is this, right? Let me go ahead and go to this guy's body of work so you guys can see exactly what he's up to. Okay. And my thing is this. We're going to go to his oldest video real quick. His oldest video was 3 years ago, has 211 views, right? 211 views. Let's go to his latest video. He's got 27 views here. We'll go to this other one. Listen, he's got 140. Listen, he's hitting numbers that he would never hit. 9, 14. Listen, let's go to his previous ones. This is some of his work, y'all. So he got. Let me play y'all one of his songs, man. So y'all want to hear his music, man? We can do a quick review. Nah, I'm not gonna. It's not the best. It's not the best music. He's got a lot of work to do on his craft. His shit's trash. You understand what I'm saying? His shit's trash. I've listened to it. I've tried to agree with it. Like, this shit's a bop. This is good.
Yeah.
But it's trash.
Yeah.
I don't care what you're talking about. I can critique.
Woke up, pray first. I don't scroll no more. Used to run from the word. Now I go to war. Bible open, that's the sword. Then shield. Got my cuts on my heart, but they slowly heal.
All right. So we through with that. Let me show you his body of work, y'all. Off the top, that shit trash. And so, okay, so he's got a few videos here. And what he does is he's saying that, I don't do videos like this and I don't get the time of day for this, that, and the third. But listen, he's got plenty of pieces like this, right? Satan roaming through the life of HBCUs, things like that. He's talking about controversial topics, right? And so he's got a few videos like this. This is his body of work. It's very sporadic. He's not really doing much that's like worth even mentioning, like worth paying attention to. You understand what I'm saying? He's too busy really hating on his own kind. He's too busy hating on individuals who are melanated. He's finding other individuals like, I think he did a video about Ringo TV when Ringo was exposing Dow. And, it's just uneventful. His body of work is uneventful. It's just something that's just not even worth mentioning. I mean, a lot of these videos are trash. I mean, of course, I'm not going to watch them because it's nothing that I'm interested in. Nobody else is interested in. Obviously, you can see the views, but this is his body of work. This is what he lives for. And this is the reason why he has to talk about the Warsheep Podcast. He has to talk about me and say whatever he needs to say so he can try to get more exposure. And not only that, he has to click up with somebody else who also tells lies. So that way he can get a little bit more exposure. Right? Now, one thing is this, right? Let me show you guys this particular video that I was actually watching earlier of his testimony. Y'all can really see how much he rides Dow's he rides Dow Jock. You know what I'm saying? He rides his nuts hard. You understand me? Like, for real. Oh, we crashing out today. We crashing out. This is a crash out session. You know what I mean? Because my thing is this, right? Regardless on what you think and believe, your story, your manner of life is 10 times worse. You're too busy searching for individuals to take care of you and your family because you know you don't have what it takes, because you know when it comes down to it, you don't want the responsibility. And whenever that opportunity is compromised for you, Trey Moore, you get all in your feelings. You get really emotional about it, right? And then you can really see. Look at this. Listen to this real quick. This is his song.
A chosen people, those so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans scattered abroad. Yeah, wake up every day in this freaking place. Hey, got my mind racing, gotta get a blunt, hey, but they don't change reality, hey, don't change which blade.
Gotta wake up, gotta get a blunt, hey. What I tell you? He a pothead, weed smoking. What's the best strand? How can I get the highest? Lazy ass bastard. That's all he really is. You understand what I'm saying? And then this music is trash.
I could where you stay. Didn't see it till I had a gun in my face. Yeah, this place is really wicked. Don't know what to say.
Anyway, so let me go ahead, and what I want to play here is this guy's testimonial video where he's just riding Dow's Jock real hard. You understand what I'm saying? Do I really want to play it? Yeah. Where the hell is it anyway? So my thing is this: regardless on what you're rapping about, if you're rapping about the Most High, I believe that no. Y'all saying no. All right, we ain't gonna play it. So we ain't gonna play it. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on from this topic right here, right? And I've already pretty much just addressed what I need to address with this guy. I believe that he may be still lost and still having issues with finding himself and his identity. He sees other people who are doing more and being successful than what he is. And then he, instead of seeing it as an opportunity to grow and to learn, right? He sees it as an opportunity to try to hate on them. You understand what I'm saying? It's much like what Ringo was talking about earlier. It's much like what he was talking about earlier in regards to his situation. You understand what I'm saying? And how people don't seem to want to learn and grow. What they want to do is they want to continue on with the hate train. They'll prefer just to hate on you rather than to actually be an asset or to try to learn how to be an asset. You understand what I'm saying? So what we're going to do is we're going to move on. Now, me actually addressing these individuals, right? And what they've been saying, what we're going to do is move on to the next topic of faking Gates. Now, when I sent him the email that I sent him, okay, he proceeded to drop a video earlier today. This is his video. He finally shows his face on camera, And he dropped this video about 20, what, how long ago? He dropped this video about a few hours ago, about 24 hours ago or so, about yesterday. So he dropped this video. And I want to listen in as to what he has to say, okay? Because my thing is this, right? He has a lot to say. He has a lot to talk about. And it's a lot of speculation. But let's listen in as to what he has to say real quick, and let's hear him out for a second. All right, let's go.
What's going on, everybody? All glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's the author and finisher of our faith, the manufacturer of our DNA. And without him, nothing is possible, guys. Nothing is possible. Real quickly, I wanted to address Warsheep Podcast. He said that I made allegations against his mother being unfaithful to her husband. Well, let's talk about that briefly here. First of all, I cannot expose Dirty Low Dow Warsheep Podcast without telling your story. Okay, without talking about your story and what's going on with you and your ex-wife and you trying to get in touch with your kids. It's already public information that Dirty Low Dow pulled the teenage boy's pants down and whipped his behind in front of the entire congregation in the dining hall, according to Sports Illustrated. You said to me, Warsheep Podcast, that you should get information from those who are on the land. Look, in my recent videos, I just let the video play and let you talk, and you tell on yourself. Okay?
Now let's start there. Let's stop there. Because in a recent video that I kind of watched a bit, he made, I guess, insinuations, accusations that I claimed that I didn't have a woman in the ministry at all. But the problem is that he didn't understand the sequence of events that took place. So he misspoke once again, or he told more lies once again and made it seem like something that it wasn't. Now, clarifying that is something that I'm not willing to do, because I'm going to let you keep running with your lie. I'm going to let you keep running with it. Let's continue.
You told on yourself. You sitting up there crying about the brethren at Michigan when you should be crying about seeing your kids, man.
Now, one thing that I want to show you is that the level of smirk and smiling that he's got going on here. You want to see a demon or a devil at his finest. Look at the level of joy that comes to this brother's face when he's trying to throw shots at me and my children. You understand what I'm saying? Look at the level of joy, pure bliss. I understand how to stay on topic. But what you don't realize is that seeing and reminiscing on a fellowship, it had a lot to do with my children in the state that we were in at that time. It's why I was emotional about it. Thinking about my children is the reason why I got kind of teared up. I got kind of emotional because I remember those days and how much joy us family we had. So when you're saying this, you don't know what was running through my mind. You're making insinuations that I was only thinking about brothers, when truly I was thinking about my family. I was thinking about the level of camaraderie. And the one thing that really got me was that, you know, the song, not only the song, right, but also seeing my children in the video. Now, my thing is this, right? What these two brothers really want to do is tug at your emotions. What Satan loves to do is to hang plays on your emotions. They like to tug at them. They like to pick at it. They like to do things, right? When they already know that when you're dealing with women out here and they're scorned or they're bitter, they do some wild shit. They do some things to hurt you as much as they possibly can. Whatever they can do to possibly hurt you, that's what they do. And whatever you love the most is what they're going to use against you. So whatever my process is of healing, that is my process. And whatever my process is of being sure that I'm doing whatever I need to do when it comes to my son and daughter, my children, is up to me as a man. It has nothing to do with you faking Gates. It has nothing to do with dusty ass Trey Moore. It has nothing to do with neither one of y'all. But what you're trying to do is you're making a play on this and you're trying your best to make me angry, to make me upset, to piss me off. You're not doing anything to edify the people. You're not doing anything to try to bring the people truth and clarity. You're not doing anything that actually will benefit anyone's life. Only thing it will do is be able to stir up more drama for you and probably get you more clicks and views, which successfully, I didn't know my name drew a crowd as much as it did. Like, honestly, I'm actually pretty impressed. You know, it would be nice if you actually told the truth for once. It would be nice if you weren't such a coward and you'd come on live and actually talk about what the lies you've been telling on your channel. It would be nice, but I didn't know my name drew such a crowd, man. So I'm actually pretty like impressed, you know, with the level of interest that people have in my personal life. All they really got to do is go check out my testimonies and they'll know. You need to view it in its entirety and you will be able to know a lot of sequence of events. You understand what I'm saying? But what this guy does is that he misinterprets everything and he comes out and he tells y'all a bunch of lies, in which that can be stopped. It could be easily stopped. I would, you know, literally based on the videos that he recently made, I could be able to shut down his whole channel. I can shut down the whole channel. Shut it down completely just based on what he's been saying, not only about me, but also about my mother. You understand what I'm saying? The derogatory slurs that he's called her. For what reason? She didn't do anything to you. In fact, she was extremely polite to you. She didn't do nothing to you, but you're attacking somebody who's done nothing to you. And you're lying on her name. And you're trying your best to tear down her so you can get to me. You understand what I'm saying? And she's not fazed. I'm not fazed, but I will address it. You continue on with your lies. You continue on with your derogatory slurs. You continue on and you don't come on here live and address it. I'm going to address it a different way. We're going to have a different conversation. And I'll be moving to be sure that I completely shut your whole operation down. It's just that simple because it is easy. If you don't want to come on, be a man, come on live and address it live, then I'm going to move in a different way. We're going to move in a different way to make sure that you understand that you can pay and you will pay for whatever lies you want to spread and tell. It's just that simple. And it's easy to prove because you have no real witnesses. The people who actually lived the life is the ones that you're talking about. And you're saying, oh, well, it's going to prove this and that. Well, no, it's not going to prove anything. Let's continue.
Crying about seeing your kids, man.
Look at the smile. Look at the level of bliss and joy. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is this, right? The Father will repay people like him. And once this brother said, you know, oh, well, he's just my brother. I'm not going to, this ain't no situation where we're at odds or nothing like that. And then he turned around and said, oh, he's not my brother. And then next thing you know, he's making all these videos lying. You understand what I'm saying? So honestly, that's a hypocrite. Double talk. You know what I mean? One man, you disagree with my position on polygyny. Now you want to make videos about me and you want to lie in those videos. That's very interesting. Let's continue.
What about your kids? Think about your kids. Focus on seeing your kids. In normal situations, even when a man is paying child support or he has a custody dispute with his baby mama, he at least knows where his kids are. Okay. I've provided receipts. Brother Dustin, who was on the land, he testified. Another person who's on the land, he testified about how Dow buries bodies on the land. Where are the missing persons reports? Okay, for you personally, it's imperative that you know where your kids are for you personally. Okay, but in the grand scheme,
listen, bro, you don't tell me what the hell is imperative. What you can do is mind your goddamn business. That's what you can do. And you're speaking on a certain topic almost as though you gotta say, bro, you ain't got no goddamn say. You ain't nothing but a piece of shit. You're trash. And you will be dealt with like that. One thing's for sure, right? Is that when it comes down to it, however the Most High wishes to handle my situation, that's between me and the Most High. and the Most High will handle it the way that is appropriate. But people like you, right, who smile and smirk at somebody else's suffering, will be righteously judged. The level of lies that you spreading will be righteously judged. And I'm trying to warn you now, because guess what? I'm going to hold true to Leviticus 5:1. Brother, you committing a lot of sins over there on your channel. You telling a lot of lies. You're insinuating a lot. The whole situation with Misty, guess what? It was all insinuated. You weren't really, it wasn't really facts. It wasn't really truth. You took that situation and you just assumed, right? You just assumed that's what he was talking about. That's who he was talking about. You even taking my situation and you're insinuating that I don't know where my children are. Did I tell you that I don't know where they are? Did I tell you that I have no communication with them? Who told you that? Is that facts? Is that truth? You don't know. You know why? Because you never came and asked me. You never came man to man and asked me. So what's the situation with this? Can you answer this question? But you proceed to get on here and talk about it in the video. That's very interesting. Let's continue.
Of things exposing Straitway. If children are being abused, if there's not missing person reports being filed, we have to talk about that. All right. Now, as far as me coming on your podcast, look, I already exposed you, bro. Your credibility is done. It's done. You got on live on your podcast and pretended like you didn't know what the word own, O-W-N, means. Okay, you went through Google.
So this retard doesn't understand when I'm looking at the word own. I'm looking for certain definition or key factors. Own. I'm looking for certain numbers. Is it numerically speaking? I'm not looking at the actual definition. I'm looking for what is not there, not what is there. You get what I'm saying? So when you start to insinuate that I'm doing something, guess what? I'm looking for what is not there. It didn't say anything about numbers. People are really ignorant, right? There's more than one way to look at a certain situation. Very ignorant to believe that there's only one way to look at a word. Let's continue.
Search. You went through dictionary.com or whatever. You looked at that word. Once you did that, I said, I can't talk to this guy. I can talk about you. Okay, again, because telling the story, if we someday the feds go and look at all this evidence that's been presented on Face and Gates and all these other platforms, okay, that's how they're going to bring Dow down.
Oh my
I
God.
have a daughter, okay? I don't want to see kids getting abused by some dictator, all right? And if your mom, actually, I'm doing people a favor, because if your mom is holding back information that may lead to looking at the behavior of Dow, and again, what he's doing with the women, programming the women, okay, I compare her situation and I compare Lauren's situation to that of Nelly. Okay, programming, because what is Kabir doing?
Yeah, you don't know shit about none of it. And guess what? You will never know. I'm going to let you continue to speculate. We're not bringing you any information or ammunition. And if I do, I'm going to put it behind a paywall. You understand what I'm saying? So you're not getting shit. You think that you're helping, but you're not doing any help. You're actually trying to destroy somebody else's character, right? And trying to pull other people down so you can be able to get your views up. And then listen, if that's your MO, that's fine, but at least be honest about it. At least give people an opportunity to defend themselves when you have your own theatrics going on in your mind, right? And you want to insinuate things. At least give individuals an opportunity to come and defend that position. Don't just speak, right? And then speak in absolutes and saying absolute statements. And then thinking that the people is going to receive that, right? And almost as though it's not supposed to be true. They're going to receive it as truth, right? My thing is this, right? You don't give individuals an opportunity to debunk that shit live. Like I invited you on, you said you declined, right? Okay, well, that says a lot about who you are. We're not going to give you nothing. If you want to figure it out, guess what? One of your cronies or somebody's going to have to pay for the information. This point moving forward. It's just that simple. You understand what I'm saying? Let's
when sitting
continue.
down with your wife? You still never answered that question. You never answered that question.
I'm not answering none of your goddamn questions, bro. You ain't nobody to answer to. You're a piece of shit. Not only you're a piece of shit, but you're also a disingenuine person, disingenuine brother, whatever you supposed to be. You're not a real brother. You ain't nobody. You've been doing this for how long? And I came on the scene and blown your ass out the water. My thing is this, right? That's probably what got you. That's what got you tight, real tight in the ass. You ain't nobody to answer to. In fact, when I'm done with this, I'm going back to ignoring you because my warning is simply this. The lies that you're telling is going to condemn you. It's just that simple. You're telling a lot of lies. Be sure you go get the facts. Go get the truth first. Then you report on the truth and the facts. Don't make the shit up. And I'm warning you because I got to keep Leviticus 5:1. I'm warning you. I'm addressing it now. You don't know the situation in my personal life. You can speak about it all you like. You can smile about it, laugh about it, giggle, smirk, whatever you want to do. All you would like. That's fine. But you don't know exactly what's going on. And we can keep it that way. Let's continue.
Okay. You and I both know that Kabir is not qualified to be an elder. He's not qualified to be a counselor or no teacher, anything like that. 6 years ago, that man had divorced his wife at the time that he did that interview. Okay. You sit your ass over there and act like I'm just making stuff up. No. The people seeing everything. Okay. And if most of the people happen to be wicked, look, that's what the scriptures say. I'm disregarding the clown show that I see over there in the comments at Warsheep Podcast. Those people are lost. Okay. What I said is simply
everybody's lost but him. Everybody's lost. It's just amazing how everybody's wrong. Everybody's lost. Nobody knows the word. He's the end all be all. He knows. He's got all the epitome of all knowledge. This dude is absolute trash. Fat Albert looking nigga. Like, look at the brother. I mean, seriously. My thing is this, right? He's the epitome of all truth and all knowledge. He believes himself to be that. Very arrogant in the way that he conducts himself. Simple as that. And then he likes to tell a lot of lies too.
Receipts. Look at how Dow, Eric Gonzalez was there sitting down on camera with his wife. You were not even on camera with your wife. Okay. He sat down with his wife and Dow still finessed her from him. Okay. That goes to show the degree of witchcraft. You sitting up here crying about the brother in that Straitway and Rufus just sitting up there looking at you. That wicked bastard. He don't talk about the.
No, you are a wicked bastard. You understand what I'm saying? My thing is this, right? One thing that I can say about him is this, is that, you know, it actually got me thinking about the Berean moment. It got me thinking about the truth of the Berean moment. And we're going to be done with this guy, this clown, this character, this facade, this male, this POS. We're done with him. Just know, I've warned you. You're spreading a lot of lies. And if you continue to do it, since you don't want to come on live and address it, guess what we'll do? We'll move on to the next step. We'll get your whole channel shut down. You understand what I'm saying? It's just that simple. I wonder how many videos you're going to continue to make once you are demonetized. I wonder. I'm giving you an opportunity to address it live. I'm giving you an opportunity to clarify yourself, to clean up and provide any evidence that you have receipts wise with the person who actually lived what you're talking about, and you're declining it. So guess what we got to do? We got to make the next moves. But what he did do is he allowed me to think about what the truth is when it comes to the Berean moment. I thought that was pretty good. You understand what I'm saying? And I thought about it. I'm like, yo, during that whole situation, when it comes to, we're done with this clown. Do with this.